My boyfriend and I, we met through work. We met in 2022. Amazing relationship. And I live in North Carolina.
Did I stop you?
Yes.
What does it mean when you say amazing relationship?
Okay. We had a very good connection, awesome communication. We had fun, really supportive, good partners. And I spoke to his parents quite frequently. I spoke to his mom maybe 5 or 6 times. We talk on the phone, and sometimes she called me and we would talk. Right before Christmas, we went to visit them, and they live in Lumberton. A lot of Lumbee Indians live in Lumberton. And once we got there and they met me, I mean, they had a kind of surprised look on their face, but they were still very kind, very kind, but quite
Mhm.
more quiet. So after that visit, he just became a little distant, you
Mm.
know. And I noticed, and I asked him, what's going on? You seem distant. And he said, I'm just really stressed with work because he's a contractor,
Okay.
really stressed with work, things going on. And in February, he broke it off with me.
After 2 years, great connection,
Yes.
great chemistry,
We traveled, we had an awesome time.
and all of a sudden you meet the parents,
Yeah.
parents that you had a connection with over the phone
Yes.
before they knew you was black.
Well, I don't think, it was never a discussion for me to say, hey, I'm black. You know what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say?
Hmm.
So I'm assuming they did not know I was black
Hmm. Hmm.
until they met me. Let me ask you a question because I want to say this right.
Okay.
Would they be considered indigenous or would they be considered Native American? I want to be sure I say it right because I know you know.
There's not much of a difference.
Okay.
It pretty much means the same thing. Indigenous to the land. Native American to the land. It's the
Okay.
same thing.
Okay.
The only thing I will say though, that's a good question. For some reason, I'm still trying to figure that out. Native or indigenous people of Mexico, Central, and South America tend to identify as indigenous versus the North American indigenous person tends to use the Native American term. And I think
Okay.
it's because I think it's because white folks identified the North American native as Native Americans.
Hmm.
I think it only has to do with that because it's very rare when you see an indigenous person of Mexico, Central, and South America identify as Native American. They usually
Okay.
say indigenous, It practically means the same to be a
Mhm.
native and or indigenous of the land. It means the same thing.
So, what's your opinion?
Okay, so my opinion is number one, I don't know, how these parents feel about black people. It's very tough because I understand when a son in this particular case has a strong bond and connection with their parents,
Mhm.
and their parents' opinion is very valuable.
Mhm.
And here's the thing though, it's difficult for me because I don't have that bond
Okay.
with my parent. I wasn't even raised by a father. And my mother, we didn't have a connection. We hardly hung by a thread of a connection, her and I. So I don't have that. However, I will say this, and it's important for me to say, even I who had no father, or who had no dad rather, even I who didn't have a great communication with my mother, even I, if my mother gave me an opinion about the woman that I was with, it would have validity, it would have value. So
Yeah.
now I could only imagine somebody who does have a powerful connection with their parents, and their parents said, this woman is not good for you. Even if in your particular case, you and him had this beautiful bond, etc., that opinion of the parent is just so powerful. And I personally, if my mother told me something about the woman that I love, like, I don't really like her, I wouldn't break up with her. I was like, hey, this is my woman. Like, it's not, you're not going to marry her. I'm going to marry her. But see, a lot of times, at least I humbly do understand that a mother specifically, it's like, no, we're marrying her. I know that
Yes.
sometimes mothers feel that way. You know, yeah, yes, that's going to be your wife, but you're bringing her into our family. She's we might as well marry her too. So
Yes.
I understand that too, you know. It's very unfortunate that, you know, he broke up with you and it's obvious because of his parents. That is already obvious. There's no debating that. Because how
Because
is it
she
possible?
liked me. I mean, she liked me even the day before. You know what I'm
Sure,
saying?
like she was y'all, you and her, you and the mom had a great connection until she saw you. Jeez.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what? I know this is probably too late for that, but I would have loved to have a conversation. Not me, but in your shoes, I would have loved to have a conversation with him and ask him, "Hey, you know, I'm accepting that it's not that you don't want me anymore. You know, I'm gonna accept it.
Yeah.
I would love to know what your parents said to you that caused you to turn your back on somebody that you had a beautiful connection with. I'm not doing this, and I don't want to know to try to convince you to be with me. I accept it. I'm gonna walk away now, but I want to know what they said.
You
I
know
would have
what?
loved
Now
that.
that you're saying that, I'm gonna call him today.
Wait, hey, when this happened?
We broke up. Well, I saw them in December. We broke up in February.
Oh, so it's really not that long ago. It's not that
So
long ago. I
no,
don't even respectfully. I don't even think you're over him yet. Are you?
no, I'm
You're
not.
not, huh?
No,
It takes a
because you know
while.
what? It was like a abandonment kind of thing. I mean, when I tell you it
Or
was awesome. So it's like and I can't change who I am. I mean, his mother was always talking about you're so nice, you're kind. We had the same goals, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, you would
you
think that
know,
that's all that
and
matters.
I'm really, I love myself. I mean, they're missing out on a beautiful person.
Yeah.
But I do want to know, and because you said that, and you know, I've been watching you. I'll come into your lives, and I'll always say, "Much love from North Carolina, brother." I've been watching your videos every day. I was listening to it yesterday, and I said, "You know what? I'm gonna ask him about this." So I'm gonna call him today. So do you want me to report back to you and let you know what happens?
Yes.
I will.
I'm curious. I'm curious to see what he would say. I believe he won't tell you the truth, but I curiosity unalives a cat, and I would be in turmoil because of my curiosity. I would like, what's your
Yeah.
mom say? Because I, you know, not to gossip and stuff, but I had a recent relationship, and my partner who loved me, I believe she loved me with everything she had, and her mother too said to her, "He is not convenient for you."
Oh,
It
yeah.
hurts, and it's like, wait. What do you mean I'm not convenient? Like, I love your daughter. I would literally sacrifice my life for her. Like, I would do everything to make her happy.
And that's how I felt. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
if someone doesn't want to be with you, you have to accept it because I don't want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with me.
of
That's
course.
just it. But to sever that tie and for them to like me so much, and then you know, so I do want to know. I'm not over him, but I will be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not going to stop my whole life, but
Sure.
I just feel like I don't have some closure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to contact him today and just see if we could just have a conversation. And you know, the big thing is, I mean, he went to college and he's a contractor, but his ultimate goal when he retires is to go back and he's going to own the land.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So he does have a big connection to his family and really strong in his culture.
Sure.
So I don't know. That may have something to do with it. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out.
For what it's worth, you ain't really got much to lose to reach out and ask, even if he does lie.
Yeah.
You still don't have nothing to lose because I believe that we could all walk away without closure, but closure does help.
Yes.
Closure does help. When's the last time you spoke with him?
I spoke with him my birthday, which was in March.
Okay. Happy
He
birthday.
called me, wished me a happy birthday,
Oh, so he reached out.
and said happy birthday. Yes.
Okay. And obviously y'all already been broken up for like a month.
Yes.
Right. But yet he reached out a month later to say happy birthday.
Yes.
It's obvious to me, whatever he felt for you is still there. It's
Mhm.
just his parents' opinion was too overpowering. And he's allowing that to determine how he's going to go about this relationship, regardless of how he may feel. Because, like I said, even I, who wasn't raised by parents, who had a mother with no connection, her opinion means a lot to me.
Yeah.
And so I could imagine somebody that you described that has a strong connection with his tribe, etc.
Yes.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
And so if the tribes, and or at least a mother who has a strong bond with, has a overwhelming influence in how he makes decisions, then you best believe that he suppressed what he felt for you in order to please either his tribe and or his mother.
Yeah. So I'm gonna reach out and find out, and I'll report back to you and let you know, brother.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you
I'll see
so
you again.
much.
I'll see you again.
Bye
All right.
bye.